Hey, Scarlett Tandy here, and I wanted to show you what I did this week with the lesson with the book, The Snowy Day. I know a lot of our centers are focusing on winter activities right now. I'm from Texas. We don't actually get to see the winter, but it's a fun way to bring snow into the classroom when you don't get to actually experience snow. It's also a fun way just to bring the snow in the classroom and do some different things with it that you wouldn't be able to do with real snow. So I'm going to give you, there's 3 different things that I did in my 30-minute time frame with this book today. The first thing, when I introduced the book to them, I just talked to them about the cover, and I did this with 2-year-olds, just finished with 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, and 4-year-olds, and I just kind of morphed the lesson and built off of it depending on the age of the kids. And so the very first thing I did is I showed them the cover and I asked them what they saw. They began to describe if they saw the kid, and then what color was their outfit, their snowsuit, this is snow. A lot of them were very interested in calling this different things. I heard anything from money to a watermelon. And I explained to them that this book is so good that people gave it like a thumbs up sticker saying how good it was. So this is an award that the book got. They got a sticker. And most kids understand the concept of when you do a good job, you get a sticker. And we talked about the traffic light and what the different things mean. And then from there, I explained to them that I'm going to read parts of the book, but they are going to help me to act out the story. And so this book included a lot of up and down. My watch tells me often that I'm doing a workout when I'm doing this kind of story, because I love it because it's simple, but it has a lot of movement activity built into it. So as I'm reading it, I won't tell you all of it. I do have it in my lesson plans broke down, like on this page, say this, do this. But for you guys today, because I don't want to keep you on here that long, like he starts out in the book, he was asleep and he wakes up. So I have all the kids lay down and they're making sleeping sounds, snoring, what have you. And then they're waking up. He looks out the window. I have them look out the window, describe what they see. Then I talk about the fact that he saw snow. Then he gets up and puts on his snowsuit. So I have the kids stand up, and then we work through. We're putting on our snow pants. We're putting on our snow jacket. We're putting them on our arms. We're putting our gloves on our hands. I'm mentioning a lot of those body parts and having them go through the motions of putting things on their body parts. They're putting their hat on their head. They're putting their shoes, their snow boots on their feet. So we're using that vocabulary as well. Then when he's walking, they're actually standing and making crunch, crunch, crunch sound with their feet. The toes go out, the toes go in. So we're doing those different things as well. Then he picks up a stick, and now I have them pretend their finger is a stick, and they're making lines, and they're hitting the tree. This is all pretend stuff, right? The snow falls on his head. I'm going through quickly so that you can hear some of it. And so it falls on top of his head. Plop. I have them go through the motions. He picks up snowballs and has a little snowball fight. He makes a snowman, so we pretend to build a snowman. I don't have them, just depending on the class, I don't have them completely lay down to make a snow angel, but I will have them open and close their legs and lift their arms up and down to go through the body motion of making a snow angel. Then I have them stand up and climb up, up, up. So we climb, climb, climb for a while. And then I have them whoop and sit back down, but like they're sliding. So we go through the entire story. When it gets to the part where he's taking a bath, I have them washing different parts of their body. Wash your hair, wash your ears, wash your armpits. I say some funny ones, because the kids love that. And then while he's washing up, he remembers that, oh no, my snowball. So he goes looking for it. And then he cries himself to sleep because his snowball melted. We're using a lot of those words. It disappeared. Words that they may not hear all the time, but we're introducing it. And then he has a dream that all the snow was gone, so he was sad, but he wakes up and looks out the window again, and the snow is there. So he grabs his friend, and they go play. So that was a little quicker than I would do with the kids, but that's the gist of it. But the whole book, probably like 5-ish minutes, and they're moving the whole time. They absolutely love to get moving with that. Some of the kids, the more they stand up, sit down, they might start wandering off, getting a little silly, just drawing them back in with the activity, or if you have someone else in the room, drawing them back in. Then the next thing I did was I brought out, the school had these teeny tiny snowballs or cotton balls, but we're making them snowballs. I have some big ones, so just depending on what you have on hand. I ran out of all my big ones because I've been doing this activity for a week or so, so I used theirs, and they had these teeny tiny ones, which were perfect too. So then what I did next in the second part, after we finished the book, it took about 5, 7, 10 minutes at the most. I told them that we can't bring real snow in, but this we can pretend is snow, and we're going to use it to play some games, just like him and his friend went out and played in the snow. So I had them put the snowball on different parts of their body. Again, this is just an introductory. This is things we're trying to get these body parts in our kids' head, this vocabulary, right? So for the youngest, I'm just having them set it on top of their head, and it will fall pretty easily, and then it's okay. They just put it right back up, and we play that game for a second, trying to get it to balance on our head. The older kids, you can use bigger body part vocabulary. They put it on their elbow. The younger kids were just putting it on our shoulder. I just lost that one in my seat. I don't know why with my class I always told them this was your esophagus, and so that would be the last thing that I would always do. I'd have them put their legs out and put it on their knee, and then have their knee like grow up, like so they're making their snowball go up by bending their knee up. I had them balancing it on their toes with their foot out and picking their foot up with the balancing. I can't show you that obviously in my car. Some kids, I'll have it put it on their back and they get on all fours, just depending on the amount of kids, how much space we have. So then that's that part of the game. Then we play find the color game. So I spy, can you find something yellow in the classroom to put your snowball on? And so they're walking around the classroom, reminding them to use walking feet, and they're finding something yellow. Once they find yellow, then you give everybody a chance to kind of find something. Okay, now can you find something red? And so they walk around the room. The younger ones, you might have to guide them. Okay, look, the cubbies have red boxes on them, or the carpet has a blue line on it, something like that. But for the most part, they got it. And I saved the last two colors that the center is learning right now. They're learning white and they're learning gray. And so white was our second to last one. We spent a little bit more time finding white things, talking about that this is the same as the white that they're finding, it matches, and then finding gray things, and then pointing out some of the difference in silver and gray for some of the older kids as well. So then when that activity, all of that took probably 5 to 10 minutes as well, just depending on how in depth you want to go with the kids. We finished up. I had them throw them back to me. I'll either have them throw them to me and I'll try to catch them, or I have them throw them in my basket here. Just a little fun thing. Does it get a little bit silly and crazy? Yes, it does, but it's okay. Then once they sit back down, their reward for sitting back down is I tell them, I was going to do like a whole shaving cream activity and I was running out of time. So I was like, let's just do a teeny tiny bit of shaving cream on their finger. We didn't have to go to the table. We stayed sitting right where they were at, and I put it on their finger once they were sitting on their bottom crisscross, and I told them that obviously, it's not food. We're not going to eat it. It tastes yucky. I don't think I maybe had one kid put it to their mouth. But you're going to take it and they're going to just try to make it just like real snow. When it gets hot and warm and you smear it around, it starts to melt. So then they're going to rub it all around their hands. They love this part because they're getting to get messy, but it's just enough that it's not too messy that it's going to make a crazy mess in your classroom. And they're rubbing it all around until eventually it disappears. Now, if some kids finish a little early, I'll go ahead and give them another like teeny tiny little squirt so that they have time to keep playing with it. And then as those that are taking longer are finishing up, anybody that gets it completely disappeared and it's around the time I'm ready to wash up, I start sending them in groups to go wash their hands because it does leave them a little sticky. So those that are still sitting there, I might talk with them about it smelling and it being sticky and all that stuff while the others are going to wash their hands, and then directing them wherever you want them next. If you want them to go to the table, if they're going to centers next, come back to the carpet. That's nice transition into whatever activity you're doing next. So that's 3 different things that I did in a 30-minute period, all to go along with the snowy day activity, pulling out vocabulary about our body parts, pulling out vocabulary about what snow does, pulling them, getting physical, moving around, all that good stuff. And then just getting a little sensory in there, colors, recognition, all of that good stuff. So if you have any questions, let me know and I'll be sharing some videos here soon. Follow for more.